Every single day, millions of people look at a motorcycle and feel a strange mix of fascination and terror. Their eyes light up for half a second, and then the fear kicks in. They watch a rider lean into a corner at speed and think, "That looks incredible, but I would never do that. I could die." And then they climb into their car. They merge onto the highway at 70 miles per hour. They are surrounded by distracted strangers piloting 2-ton metal boxes at lethal speeds, and they feel perfectly safe. They do this every single day without a single second thought. That right there is the paradox we are going to break apart today. Because the real reason people are afraid of motorcycles has almost nothing to do with actual danger. It is something much deeper, much more psychological. And once you understand it, you will never look at risk the same way again. Let us start with the most common reaction. You tell someone you ride a motorcycle, and their face immediately changes. Their eyes go wide, their mouth drops open, and they say, "Motorcycles are so dangerous, you could get killed." They say it like they are delivering breaking news, like you somehow missed the memo, like you woke up one morning, saw a machine with 2 wheels and an exposed engine, and thought, "Yes, this looks perfectly safe, I will take my chances." But here's what nobody notices. The person telling you motorcycles are dangerous just drove 45 minutes on a highway while checking their phone, while eating a breakfast sandwich, while adjusting their GPS with one hand. They were statistically surrounded by vehicles operated by sleep-deprived humans, by medicated humans, by distracted humans making split-second decisions at lethal speeds, and they felt completely fine about it, not a single heartbeat of concern. Why? Because the car has walls, it has airbags, it has a roof, it has a windshield, it has climate control keeping the air at exactly 71 degrees. It has the illusion of protection, and that illusion is the key to everything. Here is what most people never learn. The human brain does not calculate actual risk. It calculates the feeling of risk, and those are two completely different things. A car wraps you in steel and glass and sound insulation. Your brain looks around, sees walls and padding, and interprets that as safety. A motorcycle exposes you to wind, to noise, to open air, to the raw texture of the road beneath you. Your brain looks around, sees nothing between you and the asphalt, and interprets that as danger. The perception is completely backwards, but your brain does not care about statistics, it cares about feelings. Now, let me give you some numbers that will absolutely mess with your head. You are more likely to die from heart disease caused by a sedentary lifestyle than from a motorcycle accident, and it is not even close. You are more likely to die from a texting driver hitting you while you cross a crosswalk as a pedestrian than from riding a motorcycle with proper gear and training. You are more likely to die from obesity-related complications, from sitting in a car 2 hours a day, commuting to a desk, sitting at the desk for 8 hours, commuting back home for 30 years straight. That lifestyle kills more people every single year than motorcycles have killed in the last 50 years combined. But nobody looks at a car and says, "That thing is slowly killing you." Nobody looks at an office chair and says, "That is a death trap." Nobody looks at a drive-through window and says, "That is the most dangerous place in this city." Because those risks are invisible. They are slow, they are wrapped in comfort and convenience, and your brain does not register slow, invisible threats. A motorcycle puts its risk right in front of your face. You can see it, you can feel it, you can hear it. And that visibility is exactly what terrifies people. This is not just a random observation. It is a well-documented psychological phenomenon called the visibility bias. Humans are hardwired to fear things that look dangerous far more than things that actually are dangerous. Let me give you the most absurd example. We fear sharks more than mosquitoes. Sharks kill approximately 5 people per year worldwide. Mosquitoes kill 800,000. That is not a typo. 800,000 human beings every single year. But nobody makes a horror movie about mosquitoes. Nobody refuses to go outside because of mosquitoes. We slap them away and forget about it. Meanwhile, one shark fin in the water and an entire beach evacuates in screaming panic. Same principle with flying versus driving. People grip their armrests during turbulence, convinced the plane is going to crash. Meanwhile, driving is roughly 50 times more deadly per mile traveled. But driving feels normal. It feels controlled. It feels safe. And the exact same bias applies to motorcycles versus cars. We fear motorcycles more than cars, even though the controllable risk gap shrinks dramatically when you add 3 simple factors: proper training, proper gear, and sober riding. A trained, geared, sober rider on a well-maintained motorcycle is not a death sentence people imagine. But the image in their head is always the worst-case scenario. No helmet, no training, going 140 on a back road at midnight. That is the picture their brain creates, and that is the picture they fear. Now let us talk about the second layer, the thing people always say next. But other drivers are crazy. They don't see you. They will pull out in front of you. They will kill you. And honestly, this one has some truth to it. Distracted drivers are a genuine threat to motorcyclists, no argument there. But here is the part nobody ever mentions. Those exact same distracted drivers are equally dangerous to other car drivers, to pedestrians walking across crosswalks, to cyclists in bike lanes, to children playing near streets, and to themselves. The danger is not the motorcycle. The danger is the distracted human operating a 2-ton weapon while scrolling through social media at 60 miles per hour. The motorcycle does not create the danger, it just removes the bubble wrap. And here is what is genuinely fascinating. Motorcycle riders are statistically among the most situationally aware operators on any road, because they have to be. There is no choice. When you ride a motorcycle, you develop a skill that scientists call hyper-awareness. It is a state of elevated perception that most car drivers never experience. Your eyes scan 360 degrees constantly, not casually, aggressively. You are tracking every car within 200 feet, predicting what each driver will do before they do it. You identify escape routes before you need them. You read road surfaces in real time. You detect oil patches, gravel, wet leaves, painted lines, manhole covers, and uneven pavement, all while maintaining speed, balance, and lane position simultaneously. You become a human radar system. Your senses sharpen. Your reaction time drops. Your spatial awareness expands. Car drivers do the opposite, and this is the part that should genuinely concern people. The comfort and safety features of a modern car actively encourage you to pay less attention, not on purpose, but as a direct consequence of design. Adaptive cruise control means you stop watching your speed. Lane keep assist means you stop watching your lane position. Automatic emergency braking means you stop watching the car in front of you. Every safety feature that automates a task removes one more reason for the driver to stay alert. The safer the car gets, the less the driver pays attention. And that is where the real danger lives, not on 2 wheels, but behind the steering wheel of a car so safe that its driver stopped paying attention 5 miles ago. So if the statistics do not fully justify the fear, and if trained riders are some of the most aware operators on the road, then why are people actually afraid of motorcycles? What is the real fear? Here it is, and most people will never admit this to themselves. The real fear is not danger. The real fear is vulnerability. Not physical vulnerability, emotional vulnerability. A motorcycle forces you to be completely exposed and completely responsible at the same time. There is no autopilot. There is no lane assist. There is no collision avoidance system. There is no padded cage between you and the consequences of every single decision you make. Every second on a motorcycle is an active choice. You are choosing your speed, your line through the corner, your lean angle, your braking point, your following distance, your gear selection. Every single parameter of your ride is controlled by you, only you. Nobody else. No computer, no algorithm, no automated system, just your hands, your eyes, and your brain. And if something goes wrong, you cannot blame the car. You cannot blame the technology. You cannot blame the automatic braking system that was supposed to stop for you. You are fully, completely, unavoidably responsible. And that terrifies people, because most people spend their entire lives building systems specifically designed to avoid that kind of total personal responsibility. They want autopilot. They want automation. They want something between themselves and the raw consequences of their choices. They want a safety net. A car is the ultimate safety net. It automates your attention. It cushions your mistakes. It isolates you from the environment. It gives you walls to hide behind and technology to blame when things go wrong. A motorcycle strips every single one of those layers away and leaves you standing alone with nothing but your own skill, your own focus, and your own accountability. That is what people are actually afraid of. Not the machine, not the speed, not the road. They are afraid of themselves. They are afraid of finding out what happens when there is nothing between them and reality. No filter, no cushion, no excuse. The fear of motorcycles is the fear of unfiltered, raw, unprocessed reality. It is the fear of feeling the wind hit your chest, the rain soak through your gloves, the heat radiate off the asphalt in summer, the cold bite through your jacket in winter. It is the fear of being fully present, fully engaged, and fully accountable for your own survival every single second. And here is the beautiful, painful irony that nobody talks about. The thing that people call dangerous, the motorcycle, the exposed machine, the two wheels on open road, that is actually the thing that makes you more alive, more focused, more present, and more connected to the physical world than almost any other legal activity on Earth. And the thing they call safe, the climate-controlled metal box, the 2-hour commute and padded silence, the automated driving experience that requires nothing from you except sitting still, that is the thing that slowly, quietly, invisibly destroys your body, numbs your mind, and disconnects you from the actual experience of being alive. People are not afraid of dying on a motorcycle. They are afraid of living without a safety net. And that is the real reason most people never ride. Not because motorcycles are too dangerous, but because motorcycles are too real. So the next time someone looks at you with wide eyes and says, "Motorcycles are dangerous," just smile, because now you know what they are really saying. They're saying they're afraid of feeling alive, and you already know the secret they do not. The most dangerous thing you can do in this life is spend every single day playing it safe.